Okay, if you like this video, subscribe to my channel, but let's get right to it. If you haven't seen the documentary, The Resurrection of Jake the Snake, you got to check it out. It's on Netflix. Now, this movie came out in 2015, and it was all about Jake Roberts, who played Jake the Snake in Worldwide Wrestling. And the one thing they never show you in this world when you're watching wrestling and you're a wrestling fan is what's the aftermath. You know, there was a great, love him or hate him, John Oliver did a great piece the other day about the World Wrestling Federation, World Wrestling, whatever, WWE. And he pointed out how all of these performers are private contractors. They're not given any pensions. There's no union representation. There's no nothing. The only thing they ever pay for is medical needs if they are injured on the job. And so all these guys, you know, they're living off pain pills. They're doing all this crazy stuff all the time. And then afterwards, when their star has faded, they get kicked to the curb. And so this documentary is all about Jake the Snake Roberts and how he was like destitute. He was living in like a single wide trailer. This was a guy that back in the 80s when I was a kid was a huge star, just as big as some would say as Hulk Hogan and all these kind of guys. But you know, they get hooked on pain pills from all the injuries they sustained. They drink to mask the pain. And then when you become such a huge star and then you kind of casted out, you know, it just takes a toll on you as a human being. And so the beginning of this documentary shows Jake the Snake Roberts just completely just a broken man. They had to do a GoFundMe page to get a surgery done for him and all this kind of stuff, which there's a lot of GoFundMe pages out there for a lot of ex-wrestlers, ex-pro wrestlers, because they don't have any health and pension. They got nothing. You know, meanwhile, Vince McMahon's making millions and millions of dollars. So I watched this documentary back when it came out in 2015. I wanted to talk about it now because it's kind of relevant again with this John Oliver piece that just completely tore down WWE and how much money they make and how they don't take care of their people and they're all private contractors. So in the beginning of this thing, you know, and it shows this transformation because they really did resurrect Jake the Snake. And it was Diamond Dallas Page. And if you remember him, he was the guy that always did the diamond boom, you know, that kind of stuff back in the day. And I probably blew out my mic on that one. Sorry about that. But Diamond Dallas Page, I think he was in some sort of accident. I don't know whether it was because he was DDT'd, hurt his neck, something like that went down. I'd have to go back and Google it. But, you know, he created this extreme yoga that transforms you because it was like the only thing he could do. He couldn't lift weights like he used to. He couldn't do any of this kind of stuff. So he took on Jake the Snake and said, look, Jake, you come live with me. We do my DDP, Diamond Dallas Page's yoga, and we'll get you clean. We'll get you to doctors. We'll find out what your cholesterol is. We'll get your weight down because he was, I mean, he looked like a slob. He just looked awful. And so you watch this transformation all the way till they get him to where he needs to be. And then he shows up at one of these WrestleManias as Jake the Snake again and does this thing where he takes the snake out of the bag and throws it on a wrestler and all this other kind of stuff. And it really moves you. This documentary moves you. If you have any kind of a heart, this documentary is going to move you. So I watched the John Oliver piece, and I remember this documentary. Go on Netflix, check it out, The Resurrection of Jake the Snake. And I said to myself, I said, you know, look, I work out. I'm not obese. I'm not on drugs. I'm not on painkillers. You know, I don't suffer from depression or anything like that. But, you know, I started thinking about the Diamond Dallas Page yoga, and I was like, I've tried going out and doing yoga, and, you know, it's kind of intimidating. You know, you get in there and all these, you know, really fit, you know, people or, you know, they're drinking their cucumber water and all this other kind of shit, or they do the hot yoga and all. It's intimidating to go in there if you've never done yoga poses and all that kind of stuff, as dog and child's pose and all that kind of stuff. And I thought, you know, maybe I should give the Diamond Dallas Page program a try because I don't suffer from all the stuff that Jake the Snake suffered from. So the other day I ordered and my FedEx came in, so I'm gonna open it now while we're doing this video and see what I got. So let's see. So I ordered, here it is. This is it, right there. Now, I'm not getting paid to plug this thing or anything, but one of the reasons why I bought, this is the four DVD box set of this, and it comes with like a calendar and a maintenance thing and a program and all the stuff you're gonna follow. So I'm gonna start this, but one of the reasons why is I wrestled collegiate for 5 years, like 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grades, it might have been 6th grade too, and I won a gold medal and silver medal and bronze medal, and so I wrestled all throughout junior high and high school. But the one thing I could never do, and still to this day, I turned 44 April 22nd, and I could never touch my toes. No matter how flexible I was wrestling, and no matter how much I worked out and did things, I've never been flexible enough to touch my toes. And there was a video that I saw of this one guy that was like, he was on crutches and he had war injuries from returning from the military, and he got all out of shape and he was all this stuff, and he got this packet, and it was one of these inspirational videos that went viral all around Facebook and YouTube and everything. And then now the guy's doing cartwheels and flips. He lost all the weight. He's completely ripped and fit, and he could grab his leg and put it up in the air and stand on one leg and all that. And I thought to myself, I've never been able to touch my toes. It can't be that hard to stretch your body out and to work it out properly to where I could touch my toes. So I bought DDPY, Diamond Dallas Page Yoga. I'm going to do it. I'm going to try it. If you're suffering from any kind of ailments, and I'm not getting paid to do this. I'm not promoting this thing at all, other than after watching the resurrection of Jake the Snake and seeing his transformation, even if you are a fit individual that eats right, that does like me, I'm a pescatarian, I don't eat meat. I want to be able to be more flexible and to do the stuff that I saw in the documentary and do the stuff that I've seen in viral videos of people that jump on this DDPY bandwagon. I'm going to try it. What the hell? And I will come back and I'll report later on and see how my progress is. But if you haven't seen the documentary on Netflix, The Resurrection of Jake the Snake Roberts, it came out in 2015, but it's still available to stream. Check it out. If you have seen it, let's talk about it in the comments section, and we'll see you on the next one.